Music, an ancient art still enjoyed by billions of people every day. Although the art of music has proven timeless, technological advancement has played a mighty hand in the current state of music, while also prescribing its future as an art and an industry. The nature of the music itself, the way in which music is produced, even the industry and business that has grown around music, all have been changed forever by digital technology. I sat down with Kennesaw State music and entertainment business instructor Danny Howes to ask him just how important digital technology has become for the music industry.
Digital technology has completely turned the music industry upside down. With the advent of the ability for consumers to download music, that is what sort of started the revolution. And then from there it went even into how you consume music. The ability for an artist to make product has gone and diminished over time. And what is interesting is the artists had to completely reinvent how they monetize their craft. The ability to actually sell a physical component has been removed by the idea of an artist, or rather a consumer, being able to stream or download that product. The revenues of the artists have diminished over the years, and it finally sort of bottomed out about 5 or 6 years ago. Now it is slowly starting to come up, but it has not risen to the level that it was in the previous years of the digital revolution. What's interesting though is music is more vital and more appreciated and more consumed than it ever was. The challenge is how do companies and artists monetize that? The good news is we are on an upswing, and there are companies and thoughts and ways of doing business that are revolutionizing how an artist can in fact make money from doing their craft. So much of it has to do with branding, and branding is where you aren't just selling your song. No longer is it, hey, here's my song. It's a song in combination with a lifestyle, in combination with a clothing brand, or a specific kind of hairstyle, or shoes that you're marketing. Artists like Pink and Katy Perry and so many people have branded themselves to not just be musicians, but to be a specific brand that they can market their commodities with. I think music and musicians historically have always used whatever technology they had at hand to make their art. Jimi Hendrix would use special effect pedals to get what he wanted. The artists of today are using these tools the same way, but they have different tools. So an artist like Skrillex, whose complete art is based on computer technology, uses it as an instrument. And how it's also changed is no longer does a musician have to be classically trained. They no longer have to spend hours becoming adept at being a musician. Like the musicianship doesn't have to be as strong. But they've had to transfer their musicianship skills to the electronic world and learn how to be great computer technicians and use music in the computer world. And the results that they've created are unbelievable, because the music that you make with electronics sometimes cannot be reproduced in the human world, and that's what makes it so unique. With the advent of electronic technology, it's changed the way that the actual process of recording happens. In the traditional old school model of recording, there would be a giant board, a mixing console where all the sounds would go through, and it would be an all hands on deck type of an event where band members and engineers would all work the faders manually by hand. With the advent of what they call electronic automation, you can actually automate or make it automatic certain moves, fader moves, panning moves, effect moves on the board, so you can actually write or program a mix. This allows it to be much more specific as to the result of the artist. In regard to electronic voice correction, what we're referring to is a program which is called Auto-Tune. And what that allows an artist to do is if they're singing and they do happen to hit a note that's out of tune, Auto-Tune can be used to find that pitch and actually correct it. I believe that there's a misconception in the business that it doesn't matter if you can sing or not, or it doesn't matter if you have talent, it doesn't matter if you have a rhythm or a sense of pitch, because you can go in there and if you're even close, that they can fix it with Auto-Tune. This is an absolute falsity, because even if you fix the performance of an artist who is not a great performer, it still translates as very flat. It doesn't translate to an audience. The best use of Auto-Tune is to take an amazing vocalist and find the one note where maybe they were slightly flat or slightly sharp and fix that. And then you have an amazing performance. Tools like that were not meant to be sort of a jackhammer just to fix whatever is wrong with performers who are not inherently great performers already.
As you can see, with all the nuances and technology surrounding the music industry today, the art itself will never be the same. Musicians everywhere are optimistic, however, that the story of the human condition will continue to be told through the art of rhythm and voice.